All right, today we're talking about the painful problem. And the painful problem is this imaginary island that as dads and men, we create in our minds. And what it is you tell yourself you're exhausted. You tell yourself, I'm unmotivated. You tell yourself, we're disconnected. You tell yourself, I don't have time. You tell yourself, my wife's no longer interested. You tell yourself, I've seen it on social media fucking 5, 6, 7 times this week. Oh, society's the problem. Women's the problem. Well, let me tell you something. You motherfucker, you're the problem. Just like I'm the problem in my life. Just like the things that I want, the things that I don't have, the things that I've achieved in all dominions in my program, my spirituality, my body, my relationships, my finances, my business, they're all a result of me. And so I hear it all the time, Coach, I'm not motivated. I don't have the things that I want in life. I don't have the marriage I want. I don't have the body that I want, but I don't know why. And if I just knew what to do, if I just had a plan to do things, I would do it. And I'm here to tell you that today we're talking about habits because your habits define you. James Clear said this: every action you take is a vote for the person you wish to become. Let me read that again. Every action you take is a vote for the person you wish to become. So what are we talking about? Your habits. And habits are simple, guys. They're simple. And we just complicate them. And I've said this I live this. I'm living it right now. I'm telling you guys, I've spent so much time working on myself. And a lot of these vlogs and social media are just a result of my life. They're a result of the shit that I'm going through. They're the result of the wisdom that I've gained. They're a result of the men that I've worked with and what they've gone through. So I have guys tell me, if I just knew what to do, Paul, I would do it. But you have to ask yourself, and this is why the first thing that I do as a coach is I have you track a week's worth of your habits. Everything. What time you go to bed? What did you eat? How did you feel? Did you work out? Were you intimate with your wife? And the first question, guys, are, well, why do I need to do this? We need to see, are your habits leading you to a place of discipline, or are they leading you to a place of descending into a pit, a place that you don't want to go, hell, right? And so we end up tracking these habits for a week. And after a week, as long as the guys are participating and they're being honest and truthful, it's fucking eye-opening. Because like I said, your habits are going to reveal your discipline or lack thereof across your entire dominion. And like I said, habits seem simple, but they're literally the difference between your heaven or hell. They're literally the difference between you rising or you falling. So my question to you guys today is, where are your habits? Are you getting up at the same time? And here's the thing, guys. I'm not talking about morning routines. And lately on social media, you've seen a bunch of high-level people, they're shitting on morning routines or whatever, and that's fine. But what I'm talking about is the habit of getting up at the same time every day. The habit of, how do you start your day? Do you pick up your phone, you start scrolling right away? Or do you go and sit down and meditate? Or do you get up, slam some water, and get straight to the gym? What are your habits and what are they saying about you? Because we have to know what you felt in the past in order to see how you move forward. Now, remember, I said, this is called the painful problem. You need to set yourself up in the right habits, because if you have the right habits, they will start leading you to a place of discipline. They will start leading you to a place of dominion and design over your life. But the shitty ones, the shitty habits that you have, the shitty habits that I have, they're the ones that we default to. When shit gets tough, we default to our shitty habits. And you either have to make your habits serve your problem or serve your solution. And so no matter where you as a dad find yourself in this struggle, when things are off, you got to go back to the baseline of your habits. So I recently did this. I have been meditating for two years. And for the past 3 to 4 months, I have not been consistent with it, which means I have not been getting up the same time every day. And a lot of that has to do with me just fucking flat out not wanting to do it. And the other piece of that has a lot to do with me ensuring I get enough sleep. But I realize that a part of my habits that move me in a direction towards a solution, right? Or the life of design that I want to have, I need to get up and do it. So I think today, actually, I'm 2 weeks in and I'm liking my morning meditations. I'm liking the journaling that I'm doing every day. And it's shown me that we can do stuff as humans. And look, it's human nature. It's like, as soon as you start to let one thing go, though, that's when it falls apart, right? And I've noticed this. You will always fall to the level of your habits. And you will never rise to the level of your desires. You're going to fall to the level of your habits when shit gets hard. And I do see this in coaching sometimes too, where guys will be disciplined for 30, 60, 90 days or whatever. And then they just, right? They let one thing go and then they go, this isn't working. Hold on a minute. 2 weeks ago, you were on point. Now you went on vacation, all this stuff. And now you're saying it's not working. So I would challenge you guys, what have been your habits? Look at the last 30 days. Look at last week. Did you get up the same time every day? Did you fill your mind with reflection and gratitude and prayer, or did you fill it with bullshit? And then the whole other thing with this is your body. I had a guy on TikTok tell me, he's like, just because you don't have a six pack doesn't mean you're not a good father. Right. You can be a good father and be overweight 100%. But if you want to show up in power, dad, and on fucking fire, there's two things, in my opinion, in my program that you need to do. You need to fill your mind and fuel your body every day, no matter what. There are no rest days for me because I have lived through enough. I've seen enough. I've suffered enough that falling to the level of the habits that I'm keeping has shown me the habits that I need to keep. By me not meditating, I can tell you my mind just fucking runs wild because then we hop on our phones and it gets filled with noise. Or you come off your meal plan or you skip working out or whatever like that. It fucks with you. And I don't know where the concept of rest days come up, but I have been working out consistently every day, moving my body some way, challenging my body some way, what have you. Weights, cold plunge, rucks, walking, kettlebells, all this stuff. That is a part of my everyday life. I'm not sitting there going, oh, today's a fucking rest day. I'm going to eat a pizza. I'm going to slam a 6-pack of beer, drink a liter of soda, and I'm going to sit on the couch all day. Because if we're really being honest, that's what you guys do for rest days. You allow your poor habits to validate you not rising that day. And I've been there. I just said I've been there recently. I just stopped meditating. I got lost. I got pissed or something happened to where I was like, you know what? I just don't want to do this. Or I don't want to get up at 5 a.m. and meditate. And then stuff starts going sideways. You start feeling exactly what I started with. Paul, I feel disconnected. Paul, I feel unmotivated. Paul, this isn't working. That stuff creeps in when you don't stay consistent and have discipline. I'm shooting this video. I'm not sitting here running like David Goggins calling you a bitch. It's not how I do it. But you can escape the level of which you are willing to show up. You can't achieve greatness with poor habits. I said the other day in a vlog, you can't grow from comfort. This is just another way of saying that. You can't grow from shitty habits. Now, you can level those habits up. Certainly, you can do that. But most of us, we don't want the work. We just want the reward. And that's why I say that establishing habits, it's not easy, but it's simple. I'll tell you what we do in my program. We have the 4 dominions, right? The 4D. First one's devotion, which is some sort of meditation, prayer, spirituality, whatever you want to call it. The next one is discipline. This is your body. This is your health. This is your fitness. This is your fuel. Are you fueling your body with crap or are you fueling it with whole foods? Next thing is dedication. These are your relationships. Are you sending a message to your wife, letting her know how much you appreciate her, or are you just taking her for granted? Are you showing up for your kids? And then the last one is drive. Like, this is what motivates you to go out and make money and build wealth and build a legacy. Those 4 things, guys, you have to do every day. And I've screwed this up enough that if I don't do one of those, then doubt, then fear, then mediocrity, then scarcity, all of that stuff starts coming in. And then you start questioning, why isn't this working? How come I don't have the things that I want? So I'll wrap up with this. What do your habits say about you? And I catch shit all the time for the dad bod. Oh, you're body shaming. Yeah. I can tell a man's habits by his body. I can tell he doesn't respect himself enough to get his ass in the gym and work out. I can tell he doesn't respect himself enough to eat properly. He may be a good dad, but he's not respecting himself. So is he really a great dad? That's where we draw the line. Is he a great husband? Is he doing everything he can to set the standard? And I don't even have to talk to this gentleman. And that may be you, and that's totally fine. You can totally turn this around by using this principle. But I don't even have to talk to this man. I can just see how his habits say about you, what your habits say about you. So the challenge for you today is this. You need to face the truth about the story you're telling with your habits. And gentlemen, if you don't like that story, it's time to fucking change it. Until then, dominate daily.